have turned into homeless shelters for the most part, it must be said, around the Mayfair area. So we just spent some time up and around that nook of the city.
I was sort of having a having a conversation with some of the Sharehand guys on the walk back one night to the hotel. And, you know, they're teasing me a little bit. I'm teasing them. And I couldn't really find a justification of why we still have so many telephone boxes.
It's for Instagram, really. That's the only reason. As Halabi finds justification to open from the button to 7,000 with Jack 8 suited, and it isn't simply, I lost the last one. But Sipkatova, plenty of kit, defends the King-Queen.
Interesting, went 7,500 on the button with Jack 7 offsuit. 7,000 with Jack 8 suited. Like, I don't mind you calling too much with this one. Sipkatova smashing that flop, and Halabi with a hand that could look to shovel some chips down the streets.
Well, for now, interactions with the Queen of Spades and the betting lead are what come together to deliver 6,000 forward on the back end of the Sipkatova check.
Yeah, just definitely got options here. Obviously, you can come with a check raise here. Look to stack hands like ace king and aces. Get ace queen in there with some more. But I like this just flatting with the top two pair because you're unblocking. Pardon me, you're blocking the top pair. I like check raising queen six because your opponent has more king x. When you've got the two top cards, check calling, allowing to bluff later streets. Here we go.
Yeah, Elisa agreeing with you. After she flats, she does respect the arrival of a third club.
Yeah, it's not a great card for her to see. But of course, your opponent is going to have a lot of lone club hands that want to bluff this card. So as it is, Halabi's stepping way out of line here with the no pair, no draw, no equity bluff.
Oh,
well,
but an opportunity presenting itself potentially if we are looking to really just barrel away as the fourth club leaves the king-queen quite uncomfortable. Ace-jack has also gotten there.
Yeah, it's kind of a grim one. And, you know, Halabi will be concerned that she's got a hand like the queen of clubs. That's obviously a prime candidate to call. But I don't think she has too much ace of clubs. Yeah, I love this. He's gone for it. Oh,
How about this, James?
He's overbet jammed. And those two pair have just shrunk right up. Like I say, she does get to have some clubs. She can have, you know, a hand like any hand that's got the queen of clubs in it. A hand like queen jack, king jack with jack of clubs. Even, you know, king, queen, king nine or queen nine kind of hands. She under-ripped her hand.
Top two pair looked like two plums. Now much more like two prunes.
The only thing that could perhaps lean her back towards calling here is obviously the sizing. This is just pure ace of clubs only. If Halabi had gone a smaller sizing, could perhaps have had a little bit more in the value range.
Let's give Elisa some credit. A lot of players might reflexively have simply taken this spot and thought, well, I can't beat any club whatsoever and take it. And yet she's dug in, recognizing the polarity, understanding that it is ace of clubs or nothing at all that approaches it in this way.
Yeah, it's just so grim though when you got king queen. All the good reasons on the flop to have king queen are now bad reasons here. Your opponent's barrels are just weighted way more towards flush combos because you hold the top two pair.
Yeah.
And of course, don't forget Sipkatova also has all the two club combos in her hand that would have called pre-flop. Check called flop, check called turn. But credit to her for thinking this is one of the worst hands we can call with, but she still wants to call with it. Maybe senses exactly that, some frustration perhaps from Halabi over the previous hand where he lost with two nines. Gangster Series isn't till November, but there's some gangster poker going on right now. From everyone at this table. The senses are just there.
And she lays down the winner, James. Ultimately, the aggression rewarded for Mazen Halabi.